All right, man. Torture Talk. Like, share, subscribe to the page. Hit the thumbs up button if you like the content. So look, man. So the NFL has came out and made a statement, and we're gonna listen to what the NFL has to say about Jay-Z. So before I get into that, I gotta get my spill. This is Torture Talk. If you like the content, please consider subscribing. If you're new here, let me work on your subscription today. All the beautiful, single, sexy ladies, put one in the chat. All the fellas, y'all know where to find the ones at. Just on Ransom. I don't sell no merch, but I do have content absolutely free. But if you want to leave a donation, Cash App is in the description. They call me the Hidden Gem. I went from 1,300 subscribers to over 13,000. I am the King of the North. Let me know what kingdom you from. Congratulations to the winner of the Cash App. I might do another one next week. You know what I'm saying? I'll let y'all guys know. And this way, y'all can participate. All right, so look, we're going to get right into this clip, man. And, yeah. So let's get it. Let's get it. All right, this comes courtesy of Chink Smooth. Let's go.
Whatever you say.
You know Che gonna have everything up there.
Whatever you say, Che's gonna be on YouTube with it, man.
With all the news surrounding Jay-Z, 50 Cent is focused on what he cares about the most, which is what's going on with the Super Bowl. If Jay-Z's in trouble, does the NFL still rock with him? He would ask that question, and then Roger Goodell, the NFL commissioner, would answer that question. What's up, y'all? It's your man Talkless World Report for the Chick Smooth channel. We gotta talk about this. As news spread regarding some allegations against Jay-Z, 50 Cent would post on Instagram this picture with the caption, "Okay, I don't know what's going on, but are we still gonna have the Super Bowl? I'm just asking for a friend." Because obviously, that's the most important question to ask when those type of allegations are brought on somebody. This all...
Okay, so even though 50 is trolling, that's true. I gotta give him that. That's true. Everybody's asking what's gonna happen. And the thing is, I haven't seen Jay-Z lose any endorsements yet. And I'll be honest with y'all, I don't think he's going to lose any endorsements. I think that Jay-Z is so plugged in, he's so well connected that I'm going to put it to you like this. I think a lot of these companies they're not taking chances on losing good clients anymore because of certain things. Now, see, there was overwhelming speculation and evidence or so-called evidence that you can use against Puffy. So a lot of people came out and said some things. They had people on record, something like, just things that the NFL or whoever was running with Puff, they was like, no, we can't really keep doing business with him. With Jay-Z is a little bit different because Jay-Z doesn't really have a sketchy past. Now, you can assume or you can speculate certain things that you think happen, but in the open, let's be honest with each other. Jay-Z really don't have a lot of skeletons in his closet. I seen a post today where someone said that Jay-Z was dealing with Beyonce when she was 17 years old. Like, stop. Just stop. I wish y'all stopped this whole narrative. Stop. And I'll speak on that at the end of this joint. But still in all, what 50 said was absolutely true. Let's keep it going.
Revolves around the partnership the NFL has with Jay-Z in regards to Rock Nation consulting with the NFL when it comes to music performances and PR overall. The partnership between the NFL and Jay-Z began as the NFL's response to Colin Kaepernick. As you recall, Jay-Z was the spearhead of ending the protesting in the NFL.
I don't like the way people word that, saying like, because the way it make it seem like Jay-Z actually went in it for himself and he ended the protesting because he wanted the fame and glory for himself. I don't see it that way. And a lot of y'all probably do. A lot of y'all think that Jay-Z was in it for himself, but like Snoop Dogg said, before Jay-Z, was there really any hip-hop acts, solo hip-hop acts or R&B acts that are like leaning more towards hip-hop? Was there really like that? in the NFL? I don't think so. It was mostly pop in some R&B, but mostly pop. It wasn't, nobody wasn't trying to hear hip hop music in the NFL. What? The halftime show in hip hop music, even though hip hop is the biggest genre, you telling me that it can't be no hip hop music? Like, and Jay changed all that. So I think what Jay did was come in and he did the rightful thing to do by putting the NFL on its heels and saying, you know what? If they're feeling this way, then maybe you should put more acts on that show that you are more supportive to the black community. I don't see nothing wrong with what Jay did. I actually think that he did more for him doing that than Colin Kaepernick. If you ask me, that's just my opinion. I know Colin Kaepernick kneeled, but I just don't really deal with Colin Kaepernick because after he took the money and ran and then try to pretend like he was still this black guy who was for the people, like, I just don't get it.
Past kneeling, I think everyone knows what the issue is. And we're done with that. You know why we were kneeling? Okay. Do you know the issue? Yeah. Do you know the issue? Yes? We all know the issue now. Where are we moving on next? And I'm not, again, so to be clear for the room, I'm not minimizing that part of it because that has to happen. That's a necessary part of the process because the kneeling was not about a job. It was about injustice. Let me bring attention to injustice. Everyone's saying, how are you going forward and Cap doesn't have a job? This wasn't about him having a job. You know what it is. Now, how do...
That's 100% facts. Oh, my God. Yo, that's why y'all get caught up. And that one part right there is where y'all get caught up. It was never about him having a job. It was about the injustice of police brutality. That was what it was about. So when he said, well, how you going to keep it moving with Colin Kaepernick? Colin Kaepernick was supposed to say, listen, this is bigger than me. I don't care about playing in the NFL. This is about injustice, right? This is supposed to have been. Now, I understand when people saying that Colin Kaepernick got cut or he didn't make the team or whatever. It could have been some people saying, no, we can't have that or whatever. But Colin Kaepernick can say this. He was the reason why Jay-Z came in. He can say that. He can say that. And he can say that Jay-Z was the one who kept it going. You know what I'm saying? Now, whether it's through putting black people on the biggest stage of all time, which would lead up to why Kendrick is where he's at, or it could just be, him not getting back in the NFL, and I don't know what to say about that. But I'll be honest with you, it's reasons why he's not in the NFL. It's reasons, and y'all should look it up. But there's reasons why, and one of the major reasons why is because he took some money. Not he didn't steal, but you know what I mean. At least for me, I can't really take Colin Kaepernick that serious if you are basically undermining your own campaign. You know what I'm saying? That's how I say it.
We address that injustice.
And to go to Jay's point, we listened to our players. We understood what our players were saying, and we created a platform of which to help drive change in communities that Colin has raised, and that this partnership is going to help us make even greater change.
So recently, when Roger Goodell was asked about Jay-Z's allegations and the relationship with the NFL, this is what he had to say about it.
And Jay-Z's really strong response to that. We know that obviously the litigation's happening now, but from our standpoint, our relationship's not changing with them, including our preparations for the next Super Bowl. The first part of your question is how...
Now, I'm going to tell y'all right now, that right there is unprecedented. Usually, you would see this is how you know that they believe in Jay-Z and they believe in his vision. For them to kick him out after some allegations came out, most companies would do that. But the NFL said, you know what? We're going to stand with you, bro. We're going to stand with you on this because it's allegations. It's 24 years ago, and we don't know if it's true or not. But we all know that we know your history of how you dealt with us. This is business, and we're going to stick with you through business. the allegations, we feel your strong response. We get it that you say, you know, it's egregious, whatever. And I'm going to guarantee y'all the NFL is going to have his back. And the reason why is because you got to understand, people get things thrown on them all the time. And I'm sure that the NFL knows about this because their players get allegations thrown on them all the time. So for him to have Jay-Z back, I'm actually proud of something like that, because usually you don't see that from companies. They usually cut and run because they're so afraid of losing a dollar that they cut and run. I think that this made their bond even stronger by him standing with Jay-Z. And I also believe that if they didn't back down, that's why you don't really see too many other people backing down. Trust and believe.
Relationships evolving. I think they're getting incredibly comfortable with not just the Super Bowl, but other events that they've advised us on, helped us with. It's been helpful in the social justice area to us on many occasions. They've been great partners that have provided a lot of value for us.
50 Cent will post that clip on his Instagram with the caption.
Now, this is another thing too. Jay-Z kind of a genius, right? If you think about it, right? Because he put himself in a position where you can't really do too much to him, because now that looks like racial injustice. Now that looks like if the NFL was to really fire Jay-Z, it looks like racial injustice now, because now it's like, okay, so I'm a black guy and I get an accusation thrown on me, and you guys cut me out. You cut me down, and you leave me for the wolves when I did all this to help y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of like racial injustice, black, like, you know, like for a company to do that to a black guy who came in talking about racial injustice, and now you cut him out of the deal because an allegation from 20 years or 24 years ago come up, which you don't know if it's true or not. You just say, you know what, we don't want this smoke on us, bro. So we gotta kind of step away from you. It's kind of like that. So I believe Jay-Z, and the situation he's in, that I don't really say he's a genius, but the situations he's in, it kind of make him look like a genius. You know what I'm saying? And I think Jay-Z is a very powerful man. And he might not be as powerful as the NFL or whatever, but he's a very powerful man, and he's very intelligent. So I think that he has people around him who know certain things and do certain things. And I think that he probably in the contract saying, no matter what, you can't fire me, even if some allegations come up. You can't get rid of me. Now, I don't know if that's the case. I'm just saying that could be the case. You know what I'm saying? But just, you got to understand that these people, maybe him and Jay is good friends. Maybe they working it out. I don't know. And Jay probably would understand if they had to part ways. But I think often allegation is something different than actually a conviction. You get what I'm saying? So it is what it is.
And this is good news. The NFL is going to hold it down. Super Bowl is going to be popping. Do you think this is 50 Cent throwing his hat in the ring as a possible replacement for Jay-Z in that role of music consultant for the NFL?
I don't know how you got that out of that. I just don't see how you got that out of that. I don't think 50 Cent is trying to throw his hat in there as a possible replacement, because they just literally said that they're going to keep moving forward. So I don't see how. And I don't think that they would do that to Jay. They would cut Jay, then replace him with 50, knowing that him and 50 don't get along. I just don't. And maybe it's just business. Some people say it's just business, but I just don't see that being the case.
Or do you think this is 50 Cent just cracking jokes? Let me know in the comment section. Peace.
Yeah, I don't think that 50 Cent is trying to throw his hat in the ring for him to replace Jay-Z as what would you call it? This light's probably in the way. I don't think that Jay-Z is putting himself in a position. 50 putting himself in a position to replace Jay-Z. But I think it's very important for us to understand that the relationships with some of these companies with some people is very frivolous, and I think that some of it falls apart. I think Jay-Z made relationships with a lot of people where you don't really hear too much dirt about him. I know a lot of y'all don't like to hear that, but you don't hear too much dirt about Jay-Z. I know Jaguar Wright might tell y'all that, but where else do you hear this from? Do you hear this from anybody else? Is anybody else coming out saying certain things? And I'm talking like not somebody that's coming out playing the victim or saying that something happened to them 30 years ago. I'm talking about recently. All the things that Jay has done for the community. Like, and for y'all to sit here and say that he's this monster, y'all have no real true evidence. And some of y'all say, oh, the reason why is because he was dating Beyonce when she was 17. No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. Oh, he was dating her when she was 19, 20 years old, and he was 30. Okay, so he's what? 54, and Beyonce is 40, 41, I believe. Hey, Siri, how old is Beyonce? $43. So if he was dating her since she was 19 and he was what? Let's say they said he was 30 or something like that or whatever. I don't know. If he was dating her since then or 27 or something like that or whatever, how old he was dating her and now he's 54 and she's 43. That means they've been together for over 20 years and they have children together and they're married and they have their rocky times. Everybody does, but they didn't separate. They didn't get divorced. So, I mean, the question I got to y'all is, would you allow your daughter to date a guy and knowing that 30 years from now, they're going to still be together? Jay-Z and Beyonce has been together longer than most people in the industry relationships. And I don't think they're ever going to separate. If you ask me, I don't think they're ever going to separate. But it is what it is. I just wanted to put that out there because I think a lot of people be looking at things from a microscopic lens, but they don't look at the entire picture. Either way, man, it is what it is. But I'm out of here. Y'all have yourself a good afternoon. I'll see y'all, man. Peace. Bye.